Hi, this is Chelsa with CS Apex Landscape Design coming to you with another video. This time we're going to talk a little bit about who we are and what it is that we do. So, as the name may imply, CS Apex Landscape Design, we specialize in landscape design. Now, who are we? So we are a woman-owned, veteran-owned, but family-run landscaping design company. So I'll start with myself. I'm Chelsa. I'm one of the owners. I am a landscape designer. I have 2 degrees, so a degree in landscape architecture and a degree in art history and theory of architecture, both from Iowa State University. Now, experience-wise, I've been in this industry for over 10 years. 8 very specifically in the Colorado Springs, Colorado Front Range region. Now, what does this mean for you as the client? I'm bringing 10 years of landscaping experience to every job I work on, to every landscape design. And specifically for the Colorado residents, where we are in a semi-arid environment, we are in that high plains desert area, plants, shrubs, trees act a little differently here than they do in other parts of the country. No problem. I have over 8 years of experience working in this climate. Now, the other owner, my husband, Kyle. He is an Army veteran. He was a U.S. Army Ranger for 5, almost 6 years. He moved to Colorado with me shortly after I graduated from college. What you will see, you'll most often see myself on a job site. You'll most often meet with me for our consultations. My husband Kyle, he works more on the background work. You won't often see him out on a job site. What he does is he helps keep my business running. He helps with the administrative side of things. Now, family run. What does this mean? We are a family. We're a husband and wife team, but we also have children. Our 2 little girls do help us regularly with the business. They're cheering us up. They're cheering us on. Sometimes they help mommy with designs, giving me color ideas and planting ideas. And for the first couple of years, as we were starting out, our girls did often come with us and meet our clients. They don't anymore. They're now in school, thank goodness. Now, what do? We specialize in landscape design. Now, what does this mean as far as residential versus small commercial? So, as far as residential, we'll start with that. What you're going to receive with every design is you're going to receive a 2-scale CAD drawing. This is to also have a material list, a planting list with quantities. Now, how is this helpful? For residents, it gives you a flexibility of one of 2 options. Because you have that scale drawing, because you have that material list, you can now choose to either do the project yourself or hire somebody to do the project. Now, what does this mean as far as a DIYer? What we're going to do is we're going to create your master plan. We're going to make that master idea. We're going to work with your budget, your needs, and your wants to figure out what is going to be best for your family, for your home landscape. Now, the DIY side, now you have that material list, now you have those quantities, now you have everything you would need to know in order to do the job yourself. What does this mean? A lot of DIYers aren't really sure of how much mulch am I going to need? How many plants am I going to need for this? How much edging? These are all quantities, these are all things that are going to be spelled out and made very clear on your design. Now, a very popular option amongst DIYers has been the phasing plan. What does that mean? Now, a phasing plan, what we do is first, we've got to create that master plan. We've got to create that master list. We've got to know what that finished project is going to look like. But in the process, what we can do after we have that master plan is do phases. Now, what are phases? Usually phases, we ask our clients, are you looking to spend $500 on materials? Are you looking to spend $5,000? The quantity doesn't matter. The amount doesn't matter. We want it to work for your budget on your time frame. So whether it's $200 or $5,000, it doesn't matter. We're going to break up your master plan into chunks by whatever quantity you choose. So say it's $200. Okay, what can we do for $200 in phase 1? What can we do for $200 in phase 2? What should we do? What should the order be? That's what we figure out for you. And that's what we do to help you out. So if you want to do the project yourself, no problem. Give us a call and we'll get that master plan put together so that then you can do the project yourself. What's the other option? Well, we've done a hybrid before where the DIYer wants to do a lot of the work themselves, but maybe doesn't want to do everything themselves. Now, a couple of things that I highly recommend that you should always hire out is you should always hire out retaining walls unless you have previous experience. You should hire out planting trees because you want a warranty. And pavers. Pavers, flagstones, patios, they can be a little tricky. Now, pavers, patios, walkways, those are things that you can definitely dabble in and you can do yourself. But if you want it done a little nicer, if you don't have experience doing it before, sometimes it's just easier to hire those things out. Planting, putting down mulch, putting down rocks, getting your edging laid, all very easy things for the DIYer. So say you want to do a partial. You want to hire some of it out. You want to do some of it yourself. No problem. We work with highly recommended, highly vetted landscape installers to be able to help you with those projects. Say you're all the way on the other side. You don't want to do any of the work yourself. You would much rather have somebody else do it. Here's where some flexibility comes in. We can either go through the process with our recommended vendors and recommended installers, get those estimates for you, help you make the decision on who would be best fit for your budget, your project, all of that. Or on the flip side, you have an installer in mind, you have somebody you know you want to do the project for you, but they need a plan. No problem. After 10 years, I work with anybody and everybody. So if you have an installer, no problem. Let's get your master plan and I will gladly work with the person you select. So that's the residential side of things. Let's talk about what small commercial means. So small commercial, this can range from everything from community parks down to streetscapes, parking lots. So what does that look like for, say, a small business owner? You have a storefront. You have these little beds that could look a little bit nicer. You have a parking lot area that you want to beautify. You want to make an environment outside your building that welcomes your clients into your building. Or you just want something nice to look at out your front window or out your office window. No problem. We will gladly help make that happen for you. So we create plans that will encourage new clients and welcome new clients into your space. Or we can create something that's just going to be really nice for you to look at. Something really pretty as you're sitting at your desk working. Now the other side, parks, community centers, community areas. This is really popular amongst HOAs, covenant communities, larger residential communities. Say there's an empty lot or there's a weird corner that you want something nice for your residents, but you're not sure where to start. Hey, let's sit down, let's talk. Let's see, is it truly a park? Or is it a gathering space? Or is it both? After 10 years of working in this industry, I've done everything from small little corner lots where they just wanted a couple benches, something really nice for residents as they're walking to be able to pause and sit, all the way up to parks with pagodas and gathering spaces for the communities. We can do all of that. So let's talk. If you're the president of an HOA or a president of a community, let's chat about how we can incorporate some community spaces into your residential areas. Now, HOAs. This is something I didn't mention when I was talking about residential designs. We do work with HOAs. Now, if you're not familiar with what an HOA is, HOAs, covenant communities is another name for it. They sometimes have very specific ways they want front yards, backyards to look. They have very specific plantings that need to happen. You know what? No problem. After 8 years working in Colorado Springs, I've worked with a lot of the major HOAs, both in the city, outside the city, and in other states. HOAs don't scare me. I will gladly work with your HOA to make a residential design that will fit their needs as well as your wants and your budget. Now, does this sound like something that you're interested in? Are you interested in getting started with your custom landscape design to fit your family's or your community's needs and wants? Give us a call today or send us an email, and we'll happily come down for a consultation and figure out if we're a good fit for you and your community. Thanks. This is Chelsa with CS Apex Landscape Design.